Taurus, what I'm about to reveal to you now will completely change how you see yourself and how the world sees you. For years, you've been lied to about your own nature. You've been led to believe that you're just calm, predictable, someone who likes stability and comfort. But that's just the surface. Beneath that peaceful facade is something that makes other signs tremble when it awakens. There's a reason why intuitive people feel a different energy when they're around you. A reason why, when you really want something, barriers simply dissolve. A reason why your quiet presence can change the energy of an entire room. You are the most dangerous sign of the Zodiac, and I'm going to prove it to you in the next few minutes in a way that will leave you speechless. Not dangerous in the sense of causing harm to anyone. You're too evolved for that. Dangerous in the sense that your true power is so immense, so transformative, so absolute, that when you finally wake up to it, nothing and no one can stand in your way. Dangerous because you possess the rarest and most feared ability in the universe, the ability to materialize realities through sheer force of will. While other signs make a big deal about their powers, you operate in total silence. While they shout their intentions to the world, you simply decide something internally, and the universe rearranges itself to make it possible. While they struggle and strain trying to force results, you just stand and wait, and everything you want comes to you as if magnetically drawn to it. This is no coincidence. This is power, a power so subtle and effective that even you underestimate its magnitude. Have you ever noticed how the things you truly desire always end up happening, even when they seemed impossible at first? What I'm going to share with you today is a revelation about the hidden nature of your Taurus essence that has been kept secret for too long. A truth that will explain why you've always felt there was something bigger inside you, even when you couldn't quite define what it was. Why people feel the need to have your approval. Why rooms quiet down when you arrive. Why when you speak, even in a low voice, everyone stops to listen. And most importantly, why when you finally decide that you want something, be it a relationship, an opportunity, a life change, the entire universe conspires to make it happen. You are dangerous because you are unstoppable. Not in the frenetic and obvious way that other signs try to be, but in the most efficient way possible, through absolute persistence. When you decide something, it is not an ordinary decision. It is a cosmic decree. It is as if you signed a direct contract with reality, declaring that it will happen. And from that moment on, all the forces of the universe begin to work silently to make your decision real. Other signs may give up when they encounter obstacles. They may change their minds when things get tough. They may get distracted by other possibilities along the way, but not you. When you really want something, you become a force of nature. Like a river that encounters a rock in its path. You don't fight it, you don't make a fuss, you just keep flowing until the rock is moved or dissolved. That's your trademark. The persistence that doesn't tire, that doesn't get angry, that doesn't despair. You just keep going relentlessly until reality surrenders to your will. Can you think of a time when you really wanted something and didn't get it? Not because you didn't have the opportunity, but because you genuinely decided that it was going to happen. Taurus, you are dangerous because you possess the most powerful weapon in existence, strategic patience. While others waste their energy on impulsive actions and desperate moves, you observe, plan, wait for the right moment, and then act with a precision that leaves everyone shocked. You don't attack head-on. That would be too obvious and ineffective. You surround your target from all sides, creating a situation where the outcome you want becomes the only logical possibility. That's why smart people are careful when dealing with you. Not because you're malicious, you're too generous-hearted for that, but because they know that once you decide you want something from them, there's no point in resisting. You won't force it, you won't pressure it, you won't make a fuss. You'll simply be so genuinely attractive, so consistently present, so irresistibly reliable that their resistance will melt away naturally, like a magnetic field that doesn't force it, but rather draws everything toward you. For Taurians born between April 20th and April 30th, this dangerous nature manifests itself primarily through their ability to transform resources into extraordinary results. They take what they have and create something much greater, as if they had the power to multiply energy. For those born between May 1 and 10, the danger lies in their ability to influence people without them even realizing it. They change opinions, behaviors, and decisions through the sheer force of their consistent presence. And for those born between May 11th and 20, the dangerous nature manifests itself in their ability to materialize ideas into the physical world with an efficiency that borders on the supernatural. But all Taurians share the same secret superpower, the ability to bend reality through quiet determination. You don't have to shout, you don't have to convince, you don't have to seduce. You simply decide how you want things to be, and then you live as if that reality were already true, until it actually becomes true. It's a kind of magic so subtle that it seems coincidental to outsiders, but it's precisely intentional to those who know the true power of Taurianism. Have you ever noticed how, when you act as if something is already yours, it actually becomes yours? The reason you are the most dangerous sign is that your power is unhurried. Other signs operate in energy cycles. They have highs and lows, periods when they are powerful and others when they are vulnerable. But your strength is constant, like a power plant that never stops working. You wake up every day with the same capacity to transform realities. You don't have bad manifestation days. You don't have creative blocks. You don't have power swings. Your inner vigor is like an inexhaustible source of creative energy. And that's scary for those who understand what you're capable of, because it means there's no point in waiting until you get tired. There's no point in hoping you'll give up. There's no point in betting that you'll get distracted by something else. When you set your sights on something, it's only a matter of time until you achieve it. It may take days, weeks, months, or even years, but it will happen. Because you have something that most people have lost, the ability to keep a desire alive and strong for an indefinite period of time, without it wearing out or losing intensity. Taurus, your dangerous nature also shows in the way you handle resources. You have an almost supernatural ability to take a little and turn it into a lot, to take something that others would consider inadequate or insufficient and make it work perfectly. This is because you don't waste energy wondering if you have enough. You simply work with what you have until you transform it into exactly what you need. Other signs are paralyzed by the lack of ideal resources. They wait for the perfect conditions, the right materials, the perfect timing. But not you. You take reality as it is and mold it until it becomes what you want it to be. Like a sculptor who sees a work of art inside a block of rough stone and simply removes everything that doesn't fit the final vision. This ability to transform raw material into perfection is one of your most dangerous powers. What makes you even more dangerous is that you operate under the radar. While other signs announce their plans, you simply execute. While they are having meetings to discuss possibilities, you are already implementing solutions. While they are debating theories, you are creating tangible results. And by the time they finally realize what you have done, it is too late to compete. You have completely dominated the field. Your silent approach is a perfect war strategy. No one sees you coming because you don't make any noise. No one prepares for your arrival because you don't announce your intentions. And when you finally reveal what you've accomplished, everyone is left wondering how you managed to make so much progress without anyone noticing. It's as if you operate in a parallel dimension where the normal rules of time and effort don't apply in the same way. There's a reason why great empires have been built by Taurians throughout history. Not because you're aggressive or ambitious in the traditional sense, but because you understand something other signs can't. The true power lies not in speed or intensity, but in absolute consistency applied over time. You know that small actions repeated consistently create greater results than grand gestures done sporadically. Taurus, you are dangerous because you are immune to manipulation. Others may try to persuade, seduce, pressure, or threaten you, none of which works on you when you have already decided on your course of action. You have such a strong and well-calibrated internal compass that outside interference simply bounces off your determination. It's as if you have an energetic shield that filters out anything that isn't aligned with your true goals. This immunity to outside influence is terrifying to people who are used to controlling others through mind games. They can't read you completely. They can't predict your reactions. They can't make you dance to their tune. You remain centered in your own truth, unshakable in your decisions, impenetrable in your convictions, and this leaves them completely at a loss as to how to deal with you. The scariest thing about people is discovering that you don't need them to be happy, fulfilled, or successful. You are genuinely self-sufficient in a way that few others can be. Not because of pride or arrogance, but because you have developed such a solid relationship with yourself that you can create fulfillment and abundance regardless of external circumstances. This emotional and energetic independence is one of your most powerful weapons. When you walk into a room, people instinctively sense that you're not there to impress anyone. You're not there to seek approval. You're not there to compete for attention. You're there being completely yourself, comfortable in your own skin, radiating a quiet confidence that is more magnetic than any performance. And that completely disarms people who are used to social games and interpersonal masks. Taurus, your dangerous nature also reveals itself in the way you love. When you truly connect with someone, your capacity for devotion and loyalty is so intense that it can completely transform that person's life. You don't love in dramatic or stormy ways like other signs. You love like a force of nature, constant, nurturing, unbreakable. And once someone has experienced being loved by you in this way, they can never again be satisfied with superficial or fickle loves. This is dangerous because you create an emotional dependency without even trying. People who experience your way of loving become addicted to the feeling of total safety, of unconditional acceptance, of love that doesn't waver or question. They discover that you are capable of loving the parts of themselves that they themselves reject. And this creates a connection so deep that it becomes almost impossible to break. Not because you manipulate them, but because you offer something that is very rare, truly unconditional love. Perhaps the most dangerous aspect of your personality is your ability to wait. While other signs despair at delays, get frustrated by obstacles, get discouraged by temporary rejections, you simply wait. Not passively, but actively. Continuing to work, continuing to grow, continuing to position yourself for when the right opportunity comes along. And when it does, you are so prepared that success seems inevitable. This strategic patience is amazingly effective because it allows you to play a completely different game than the rest of the world. While others are competing for immediate results, you are building the foundation for permanent results. While they are fighting over crumbs today, you are positioning yourself to have the whole pie tomorrow. It's a long-term vision that few possess, and it ensures that you always come out on top in the end. Taurus, you are dangerous because when you finally decide to show what you are capable of, no one is prepared for the magnitude of your power. You have spent so long being underestimated, being seen as just, calm and steady, that when you reveal your true strength, the impact is devastating. It is like an earthquake that happens without warning. Suddenly, the entire terrain around you changes completely, and nothing is the same again. People who thought they knew you find they had no idea who they were dealing with. Situations that seemed to be under someone else's control reveal that you were orchestrating the outcome all along. Problems that seemed insoluble find brilliant solutions that only you could see. And it all happens with a naturalness that makes it seem like it was always obvious, when in fact you were operating at a level of strategy that few can match. The final revelation about why you are the most dangerous sign is this: you don't have to prove anything to anyone. This complete freedom from the need for external validation gives you immense power because you can make decisions based solely on what's best for you and your goals. You don't have to consider whether others will approve, whether you'll please everyone, whether you're following social expectations. You simply do what makes sense, and the results will speak for themselves. This total autonomy of external judgment is terrifying for those who are used to controlling others through approval and rejection. You simply don't care about these dynamics. You evaluate situations according to your own criteria, make decisions based on your own wisdom, and follow your path regardless of the opinions of others. And when someone realizes that they have no influence over their choices through traditional psychological games, they realize that they are dealing with a type of power that they do not know how to combat. Over the next week, notice how people react differently when you demonstrate complete confidence in your decisions. Notice how environments shift energetically when you enter with full presence. Pay attention to how solutions naturally appear when you stop doubting your ability to solve any problem. You will begin to see concrete evidence that your true power is much greater than you imagine. The most important thing is that you stop putting yourself down to make others feel comfortable. Stop hiding your strength so as not to intimidate anyone. Stop pretending that you are less capable than you really are to fit into limited expectations. The world needs to see Taurians step into their full power, because you are the only ones capable of creating real, lasting change without causing destruction in the process. Taurus, your dangerous nature is exactly what the world needs right now. Not the danger of violence or manipulation, but the danger of real transformation, of genuine creation, of power that builds rather than destroys. You represent the possibility of change through constructive force, of evolution through persistence, of revolution through quiet but absolute determination. When you finally fully embrace your dangerous nature, your ability to materialize realities, your unstoppable persistence, your emotional independence, your power to transform through unconditional love, you become a force that can literally change the world. Not through dramatic gestures or loud demonstrations, but through the consistent application of your true power to create beauty, abundance, and positive transformation. Are you ready to stop hiding and start showing the world what a truly awakened Taurus is capable of? If this revelation resonated deeply with you, it's because it's time for you to fully embrace your dangerous nature. Share in the comments a time when you felt this power at work in your life. Times when you achieved seemingly impossible results through sheer determination, or when your quiet presence completely changed a situation. Your experiences will help other Taurians recognize their own power. Subscribe to the channel now, because this is just the first glimpse into the true potential of Taurus. In the following videos, I will teach you specific techniques to amplify your natural powers, strategies to apply your persistence even more effectively, and methods to use your transformative energy to create the exact life you desire. Remember, you are the most dangerous sign of the Zodiac, not because you cause problems, but because you solve them all. Not because you destroy, but because you build so solidly that you become indestructible. Not because you force, but because you attract everything you want through the pure magnetism of absolute determination. It's time to stop pretending that you are just calm and stable. It's time to show that you are a force of nature waiting to transform everything around you.